question I called in for was to see what I could do or how I could figure out what to do with my wife, who doesn't seem to want to be in this marriage anymore. Doesn't feel like she's putting any effort in anymore.
Has she told you she doesn't want to be in anymore?
No.
Okay.
Every time that question comes up, she says, "Oh, I'll try." But every time we're no longer in that conversation, I don't see anything.
What are some things she's not doing or that are signaling to you that she's not interested in being married?
She doesn't want to spend any time with me. She doesn't really seem to care about what's going on in my life or what's going on with work or anything like that. She spends most of her time with her family. And if I have anything to say about how I feel about what's going on, then it's twisted or turned against me. And if I bring up any instances of times that I feel like she's kind of dismissed me or put me off, then she says, "No, you're twisting my words. That's not what I said. That's not what's going on." When I ask for clarification, then she breaks down and says, "Oh, I'm a bad wife. I don't know what to do."
How long has this been going on, man?
A few years.
You have kids?
No.
How long have you been married?
Almost 15 years.
Okay. So how can I help, man? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I've talked with a couple of counselors, and they kind of get to the end of the line of questioning and say that there's not really much else that they can do. There's not really much that they can try. We've tried couples counseling, which she hated because the counselor asked her to make some changes that she was not willing to make.
Like what?
Specifically, the one that really made her angry was the counselor asked her to put some effort into the marriage, making sure that she was involved in the decision making and involved in the in growing the relationship, and she didn't like being given that assignment.
Wow. Does she have psychiatric challenges, or has she been diagnosed with any sort of psychological diagnostic?
I don't know. I asked her to go and seek counseling on her own after the marriage counseling didn't work. And she went for a couple of times, and I don't know if she either didn't tell the counselor or lied to the counselor, but they gave her a clean bill of health and kind of moved on.
I mean, I don't have a lot for you. You've done all the things I would tell you to do. I guess my question for you is, are you going to stay married?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the...
How often do y'all sleep together?
In terms of, like, sexually, or?
Yeah.
Not very often. That was one thing she wanted to step away from fairly early on in the marriage.
So for 15 years, you've been dealing with living in somewhat of a sexless marriage?
Yeah.
And why no kids?
Couple of reasons. When we were first married, we were very poor.
Okay.
So that we didn't feel comfortable bringing in kids into a household that was that way. And then as we progressed and were able to get more finances taken care of, when I brought up the idea of children, she was not super receptive to that. She was really scared of, like, the physical pain. She didn't want to become a person like her mother. She was very afraid of the unknown. And I said, okay, well, we can work through that together. Let's take, the first step. She's had some medical issues in the past, and so we went and got those addressed, and that caused some questions and some issues with her family. And because her family got involved, all of a sudden it was, okay, now we don't have kids.
Why have you done this for? Why have you done this for 15 years? Just out of curiosity.
Because every time it gets brought up, she says that she'll try, and I don't know if I'm just too cowardly to step away, or if I'm just too wrapped up in the idea that maybe she will try this time.
Yeah, I mean, you and I could probably talk for a couple hours and unpack that one. I guess for whatever it's worth, she has left you. She left you a long, long time ago. She quit this marriage ages ago. And I don't know what she gets out of it. I don't know if it's financial security. I don't know if it is anchor security. I don't know what it is, but she spends most of her time with her family. She told you early on, sex is not going to be part of this. Sex and intimacy, which is a cornerstone of any romantic relationship. We're not doing that. I don't want to build a future with you. I am going to walk out of a therapist office who says, I need to invest more in this relationship, this primary, the highest order relationship in my life. When somebody says, hey, you need to invest in that, well, then fine, screw you, I quit. We're not going to have kids. Like she's opted out completely. And so I guess if nothing else, just hear me say, y'all still have a piece of paper, but she left this marriage a long time ago. Y'all just happen to share a house a few nights a week when she's not at her parents' house. And if that's the life you want to choose, if that's the life, if fidelity means, I said till death do us part, and so be it, then I'll honor that choice for you. But what you will get is a continuation of what you've got, your life has been. And so I would tell you, make peace with it. If you're down to birthday and Christmas sex and that's it, and she spends 2 days a week at home and the other 5 days with her parents, and that's just our life, then I would tell you to don't fight that. Make peace with it. It is what it is. If you want more for your life and you're recognizing that fidelity can mean or marriage cheating, if you will, to use a crass word, like cheating in a marriage can be with another person. It can be with money. It can be on a golf course. It could be by just starving the marriage until it withers away to ash, right? Just not watering the plant until it just dies. I have a much bigger view of fidelity in a marriage than most people do, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess hearing, you've done every single thing I would have told you to do. And it sounds like you fought for this marriage in every way I would have told you to fight for it.
Well, that's comforting, at least. I know that I've tried everything. Because whenever you say that to people, they're like, oh, well, there's got to be something.
I mean, you've gone to therapy. You've stuck it out for a decade and a half. You have made concessions. You have dealt with a lack of physical intimacy. I mean, it's just been one thing after another, after another, after another. When she is honest, what does she blame you for?
Everything.
Well, give me some examples.
She's blamed me for the relationship with her parents, in a sense that if there's anything that is wrong for that week or that day or whatever, then it's my fault because I didn't insert reason. She's blamed me for the reason why she's gained weight. She's blamed me for the reason why she's not happy with her work situation.
Those aren't even good blames.
Yeah.
I mean, if she blamed you for being a jerk or for always yelling at her or for being physically oppressive, I mean, but you just rattled off a series of decisions that she has chosen to make that she's blaming you for. So like she blames you for everything that she doesn't like about herself in her own life.
Mm-hmm.
What does she celebrate you for?
Nothing. I mean, as far as, again, it feels that, like I had a fairly large milestone last year in my career.
What's that?
And I earned my journeyman's license.
Congratulations, brother. That's a long time coming, man.
It was, and it was a serious deal for me. And I told her the night before everything was finalized, and she's like, "Oh, well, great. It's you won't be so busy anymore." And that was where it ended.
I hate this for you, man. Because if I'm hearing your side of the story right, you're a guy that's been grinding it out, making a quarter or half of what the wage is in your field for years, crawling through hot attics, cleaning buildings, or going into cutting sheetrock and fixing things in buildings with no air conditioning for years and years and years to try and provide some sort of stability for a partner who repeatedly tells you, both in word and action, I don't value you, I don't love you, I don't want you around here. And for whatever it's worth, man, you deserve a partner that's different than that. I absolutely hate this for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it all. And like you said, if I can make peace or not.
Here's the thing. I think you're scared of. I think you know how you feel about it. You wouldn't have called me.
Yeah, I think I'm scared of both options. I don't really want to start over. I mean, it's been 15 years. There's a lot of investment. I mean, we've paid off the house and, our driving paid off vehicles, and, that's the financial side, but also, we've invested time and energy in keeping this relationship together. And if that all goes out the window,
hold on. No, y'all haven't. Y'all have not at all. You have. You have. Y'all have not invested in keeping this relationship together one bit. You have. And that's an exhausting, tiresome, frustrating, heartbreaking partnership, marriage. You don't have a ride or die here. You have somebody that just complains when you drive the motorcycle out of town. Whew. There's a thing in business called sunk cost fallacy, which is I've already invested this much money in this company, so I have to keep investing more money. And successful people will tell you there's a time when you realize if I put another penny in this, then I'm just setting this money on fire. You make peace with it, and this is the life you want to say, I've chose this life, and I'm going to make peace with it. Awesome. Then what I would tell you is you have to decide I'm not going to complain or whine or be frustrated by any of this madness. I'm choosing this on a day-to-day basis. So be it. I'll high five you. This is America. You can make those kind of choices all day long. I'll also tell you, if nobody's told you this, you're worth more than somebody who blames you for every breath you take inside your own house, who doesn't celebrate with you, who left this marriage years ago and blames you every minute there's tension in the house. Your next move is yours, my brother, and I'll support you either way. But man, you're worth being loved recklessly and celebrated, and iron sharpens iron, held accountable. You're worth a lot more.